Hi everyone, it's Alisa Tilsner. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia. Today, don't fall over, but I'm actually going to make a full card for you, and there's no colouring involved, so whoa, a little bit different for me. Recently, I should say. I've used to be doing cards all the time, so yeah, so we're going to get back to that. Now, I asked a question on my Facebook group and I put pink or green, and you know what? So many comments, it was amazing, so many beautiful comments, but it was so divided. I was going to choose one or the other to create my card today, and it was a total mix of the two. So I'm going to go with the pink one, and let's get started. So today we're actually using quite a few products. Doesn't look like it would be, but of course the main one is the Timeless Tulips stamp set, which does have a matching punch. Oh, I won't angle that, otherwise you might see a little bit of me in there. So Timeless Tulips, that is from the mini catalogue, the January to June mini catalogue. Then we are using the Label Me Bold because, as you know, I love the happy birthday sentiment in there, and I send out quite a few birthday cards each month. I send them, everyone in my team gets a birthday card. So we're using that one. That one is also from the mini catalogue. And then we're also using the Birch stamp set, which is from the annual catalogue, which is a really good background. So they're the main stamp sets that we're using. Okay, let's get started. So we're going to have a base of Rococo Rose. So I'm just going to fold that in half. Now, if you are in, oh no, I get mixed up, metric, which is, I shouldn't get mixed up because that's what we use. If you are using metric, it's just an A4 piece of card cut in half long ways. If you are in the US and you are on Imperial, I think it's metric and Imperial, then it's just a half sheet of your full-sized cardstock as well. So just cut long ways. Okay, so that's what we're going to use for our base. So that was really easy. Now, my next layer is another piece of Rococo Rose, and I have cut probably about 3 millimeters off the short side and the long side, and 3 millimeters I think is roughly, well, if I can show you my ruler you might be able to see. So 3 mils is 1, 2, 3 to there, which I think is that mark there. Is that 1/8? I have no idea, but that might be handy for those who are in the other markets. So I just cut off that and there. Now, I've also embossed with our 3D stone embossing folder, and this one is a Celebration Level 2. There is a stamp set that comes with this, but I am just smitten with this embossing folder. Now, also, don't forget that when you are using the Stampin' Up! 3D embossing folders, you will need to use your blue plate over the top. So your main cutting plate, I've forgotten what it's called now, your multi-purpose one, then your embossing folder, and then your blue plate on top. Okay, so that's any of the ones that do not have the Sizzix mark on them. They are just purely Stampin' Up!, so they don't have any Sizzix on them. Okay, so we are going to sponge around the edges with Rococo Rose ink, and I will speed some things up for us. I'll switch these over because this one's already dirty. I'm a little bit fanatical about that. Okay, let's go. Here we go. That's just warmed up our layer a little bit. I'll show you underneath that. Oh, put one. Okay, now just pop that aside. Now the next thing that I have done is taken this is the largest of the stitched nested labels. So that's the biggest one there, and I've just cut that out of a piece of Whisper White. Okay, so we'll keep that extra scrap bit a little bit later. Now sorry about that little bit of an edit. I had a phone call. Okay, so now back to what I was going to say is I'm going to take my Birch stamp set and a crumb cake ink pad, and I'm just going to ink that up. And boop, then taking my stitched, I always get tongue twisted with this, my stitched nested label, I am going to just drop that on there and then just really lightly dab my finger over the area, because I don't want the whole thing and I don't want it really dark. So, and that will just give me a little bit of texture, a little bit of a stamped image on that. Now, the next thing I want to do, now that I've closed this up, is give that a little bit of a sponge around as well. Rightio, so now we are ready for all our tulip stamping. So we're going to do the leaves and the stems on this one here. And it is a photopolymer stamp set. So we'll grab them out. And I don't want too much of a bend in it, so I'm just going to let it fall naturally on my paper and just pick it up with my block. So I roughly want to have my flower midway, so I'm just going to stamp my leaf, my stem there, and then I'm going to have a 3, so I will stamp another one there and another one facing out in that direction. Okay, and then the next thing I want is my leaf. So there are 3 different styles of leaves in this stamp set, and the great thing is that you can turn them upside down and around if it's not really going where you particularly want it to go. So I'm going to have one that comes around about here, and then I'm going to swing it upside down because I want my curve to go that way. See, if I did it that way, my leaf would be flowing out a different way, but I want it to go outwards because that's the way my card is facing. So I'm just going to pop that down there as well. Okay, now just need to give that one a bit of a clean. I got my block a little bit grubby. Now I require my tulips. Okay, and with a little bit of scraps leftovers, I'm going to use my Rococo Rose again. Right, put them out of the way. Now this one I can punch out. So just line it up, punch it out. I don't need the leaf. And then these 2 I actually have to cut out. And now the last thing I need is my sentiment, and I'm pretty sure that I've got enough room there. So using my happy birthday, I'll probably just use the back of that. In Rococo Rose, pretty sure. Yep, bingo. I am going to close this because I have a tendency to get ink everywhere. And then we just need to trim that. So you can either use a paper trimmer or you can cut. Okay, now we are ready to assemble because I do believe we have everything. So, okay, so what I'm going to do first is grab some of the gorgeous polka dot tulle ribbon that we have, and I'm not even going to tie it in a bow, I'm just going to knot it. And this is really stretchy too, by the way, so I always end up grabbing more than what I actually need, which is what I've just done now. Whoops, throwing things around today. Okay, now before I go and stick anything down, I'm just going to grab this and make sure it is where I need it. So by wrapping around the whole card, I can scooch that over. I want it not too low, not too high, so I think just a little bit lower. And I think that will be fine. super stretchy. All right, let's get our assembly happening. So just using my snail. And hopefully my head doesn't get in the camera. Okay, and then pretty much everything else is going to be done with dimensionals when I can find them. Here we go. And one last thing before we have finished, of course, is we need some bling. Always got to use some bling. So just 3 will do. And just going to pop them on my, actually I might put them on, all on this panel today. And up there. So there we have it. There is our card. This one, I actually recreated my own card that I made. I've got a picture of it. This is the same card that I made about 3 years ago, so I thought I would recreate it. Of course, I don't have any of those products anymore, so I just recreated it using all my new products. So that's really good fun. Here's my green one. So all the colours are different. All the products are different. I don't think there's anything there that's original anymore. But there we go. We have a brand new look, brand new feel, and a couple of great birthday cards to add to my stash. So if you are interested in purchasing any of the products and you live in Australia, you are more than welcome to contact me. I would love to be your demonstrator and help you out. And of course, if you aren't in the US but you would still love to support me, I would love it if you checked out my blog, and under the online classes you'll find heaps of PDF tutorials that we have for sale as well. So thanks very much for watching, and I hope you enjoy your day, and we will catch you in the next video. See you later.